Hello, and welcome to this late afternoon, early evening taste challenge. I have American blended whiskeys. This is Texas 254, and it is named after the 254 county of Texas. I've been to a lot of them, not all. Crafted one batch at a time in Waxahachie, Texas, at a company called Backwoods Craft Distillery. It is a product of Texas. Yes, they do make it there. It's 20% straight bourbon whiskey, it says on the label, and 80% grain neutral spirits. And the straight bourbon in here is aged 2 years. Okay, come on, stop. I know you're not feeling well. She had her shots yesterday, so she's not feeling too good. Here's Caliber, introduced last year, 2025. This is 41.9% straight whiskey, most likely bourbon. It is bottled in Kentucky. Now, notice the label does not say what's on the back. It doesn't say produced in Kentucky. It says bottled. So I'm thinking it's a blend of probably might be some Indiana whiskey, some Tennessee, Kentucky. Doesn't really matter. It might have coloring added. Could have a little flavoring added because American blended whiskey is allowed to do that. This is produced by I.W.A. Distilling Company Limited for Walmart. It's a Walmart product. A private label like Great Value or Equate, their medicine label, Equate. Now, this is a glass bottle. Most of these big handles these days are plastic, but this one's glass. I paid $19.99 for this at Broadway Liquors. Now, there's a cloud of film in here. I'm looking at it. It's like a filmy cloud all throughout the whiskey. And I don't know what that is. Certainly strange. It's very pale, so I don't think there's any coloring added for this one. Look how pale. It's almost like straw. It's not even really gold, maybe like white gold. Portable says, good evening, clinking the mugs. Good evening to you. And Red the Dawn. This one's darker, much darker. It's copper. Could it be that dark because of coloring added? Caramel? It could be because, like I said, you can add caramel coloring and you don't have to disclose it on American blended whiskey. Same thing with flavoring. Here it is, Texas 254 is a combination of great whiskey crafted to perfection. So they're claiming this thing is perfect. Nothing but a smooth taste and clean finish is what you will taste. A hint of oak and balance to perfection. Once again, perfection. Well, now they have a lot of other products. Canadian whiskey, which obviously is not made in Texas. Backwoods moonshine, cane vodka, a lot of sugar cane in Texas, East Texas. Vodka, and then your famous Texacraft flavored whiskeys, especially their pickle flavored. They also have tequila and everything. Okay, so Walmart Caliber. Here's the Canadian one, by the way. Now, the label says I.W.A. Distilling Company Limited. I was trying to see if they showed. No. So here's the American one I bought. You see the price is very low, $6.96. Available today, in stock today. They say perfect for crafting excellent cocktails, and they even say that it's okay to drink neat. So it's right there, drink neat. You know, if you want to. The brand is Caliber. It's American whiskey. It's blended whiskey. Okay, enough of that. The 254 stands for the 254 counties of Texas. Is Zafiro Añejo good tequila? I never tried it, so I can't comment. But they got some review websites like Distiller.com. You probably get some information there. Or even Total Wine and More will give reviews that their customers give on it. Cheers, Jay, says John Mallory. I am enjoying my 12-pack Modelo. I read it's better beer in some aspects compared to other lighter beers in general. I like it. Where's the cat? She's sitting there by the window, looking out the window. It's a warm day. Got to 79 or 80 degrees. I think it was 80 degrees, actually, maybe for an hour. And she's looking out the window, being calm because she's not feeling so great after having her vaccinations yesterday. So she don't want to play. Yep, kitten. Now this is not going to be a real challenge because I'm telling you, this stuff's tainted. Texas 254 is tainted because this company makes pickle flavored vodka. Fine, I like pickle flavor. But they must have used the same equipment and didn't clean it properly because the whiskey smells and tastes like pickle juice. This one smells like oak, sweet corn, your typical whiskey aromas. I'm talking about this one here. Now this one, I think I'm picking up pickle juice. All right, let's go with the taste. I'm getting that corn flour again. Corn flour. Go to the grocery store and buy corn flour. Therefore, I think it is the Caliber. Is Caliber good? It is good. I would score it a B. I'm starting to get to where I want to score it a B plus. It's starting to really bring out some good character. So you can buy a good whiskey for $6.96. Well, I suppose so. I'm drinking it, or I should say I'm tasting it. Yeah, the odd haze. It might be the pickle juice. All right, let's go with the taste. I think that part's kind of faded since I'm halfway through the bottle now. Well, almost halfway through, but still something strange about it. The caliber's almost half the price. It's aged longer, at least 4 years, because it's got no age statement on it. So we know it's aged at least 2 years longer. It's almost 42% straight bourbon, as opposed to only 20% straight bourbon in the blend. And it has better flavor, so automatically it wins. Got it right. That's why I put the tags below just to make sure. And plus, I wouldn't need tags on this one because look how pale it is. That's one of the palest whiskeys. Well, I have some other pale ones like Ardbeg 10 from Scotland. Ardbeg aged 10 years. That's very pale and very smoky. Of course, these two have no kind of smoke character. I don't know, man. It's all right. I'll still give it a B, like an 8.3. 83. Let's say 83 out of 100. Over here, caliber 87, approaching 88, 89. We're not there yet, but I think if I keep sipping on it, I'm going to give it a B+. Laverty says, cheers, having some Nika tonight. Nika from the barrel. I bought a 750 milliliter of that, and it was awesome, and it's all gone now. Was that one of the best whiskeys I've purchased over the years? The answer is definitely yes. Okay, so that's it. Caliber wins. Easy. Easy, easy, easy. Have I tried the Canadian caliber? Yes, I have 2 bottles of it. 2 big bottles, because Rouse's, and I don't know why Rouse's was selling it because they're not part of Walmart, although they're allowed to overflow private label to other companies if they got too much of it and they sign off on it. But 2 for $10. That was years ago. 2 bottles for $10 total, $5 a handle. Big like this, plastic, but $5. So I won't be running out of caliber anytime soon. Not the Canadian one. This one I will. Now, if I knew this one tasted this good, I would have bought the handle. But I wasn't sure, I was like, I'm not sure if it's any good. So I bought the 750. Now I know it's good. So I can see why it's selling out like crazy. Like you go there and the shelf's almost empty. Then they'll restock it. You go there a day or so later, it's empty again. So people are buying it and they're trying it and they're liking it. Now they got people like Caliber Canadian. I know because that's always selling. Yes, our Walmart sell liquor. And you don't have to get it from behind the counter. You just pull it off the shelf. Now, some of the real classy, expensive stuff is locked in a cabinet, yes. Do you ever think about doing a video about what went down in Venezuela? It says Wings and Pizza. I'm thinking about it. I was thinking about doing it yesterday, but I still haven't figured it out. You know what I mean? Like I was at work and saying, I don't know what to think about it. So I don't want to make a video where I say, I don't know what to think about it, I enjoy those videos where you discuss events. Oh, thank you. And I would like to discuss it, but it would just me be talking about, oh, I'm not sure, I don't know what to think, Would love to hear the difference between the Canadian and the normal caliber. Well, there's some pretty important differences. They're the same proof, 80 proof, but the American is allowed to contain unaged whiskey, unaged grain. They don't even call it whiskey. It's called grain spirits. Doesn't become whiskey till it's aged in oak. This one has 41.9% unaged spirits. Let's call, I'm sorry, 58.1%. 58.1. All right. So 58% of the product is not even aged. Canadian whiskey, all of the stuff in the blend has to be aged at least 3 years, okay? So any Canadian whiskey by law has to be at least 3 years aged in oak. It doesn't have to be charred oak. It can be charred or used charred or uncharred. That doesn't matter. Now, the Caliber Canadian says on the label, Canadian whiskey with natural flavors. I don't know what the flavors are. So you get this weird kind of flavor taste, like almost like they added almond extract to it, which I do like almonds, so I can't really complain. But this one doesn't say anything about flavoring, although it doesn't have to, because it's American blended whiskey. They're allowed to add flavoring and coloring, and they don't have to disclose it. They don't have to disclose it for Canadian whiskey. But they might have exceeded what's allowed. I don't know. They just call it Caliber Canadian. It's called Caliber Canadian. And then the description, Canadian whiskey with natural flavors. Okay, so that's what it is. John Mallory says, frothy mug. Tommy Carroll says, cheers, Louisiana Liquor Reviews. Are you aware a woman was shot today during the ICE operation? Yes, I'm quite aware of that. I watched the video of it. Now, I don't know about you, but I know about me. If I'm surrounded by 3 law enforcement officers and they tell me get out the vehicle and they're trying to open the door, I'm going to stop the vehicle, put it in park, and I got my hands up. You understand? This is me. I don't speak for other people. It's a big SUV. You know, I'm not going to put it in reverse. And then I got 1 in front of me and 2 at the side, my left side. I'm not going to suddenly put it in drive and gun it. I'm not doing it, because I'm going to figure they're going to shoot through the window and I'm dead. This is my thinking now. And I would think that I brought that upon myself, because I could have just put it in park, put my hands up, got out, and, you know, we could worry about the outcome later. But other people got other ideas, you know. You show up at a ICE raid and you're gonna block the street and you're gonna be an activist. I don't know, but do what you got to do. Interesting. Thank you for explaining, says Portable Portal. Now I saw Geraldo Rivera mouthing off about it, you know, talking about it was clearly she was not trying to hurt him. I said, that might be clear to him. If I'm standing in front of a vehicle and starts heading toward me, I'm not going to be clear about anything. I'm going to be thinking I might be run over. You know, I'm not going to sit there and wait to be run over and try to decide later, well, you know, I didn't interpret it correctly. You know, so I don't know where he gets off trying to, he's an expert all of a sudden on outcomes of vehicles lunging toward people, but he's older than me, so he might have more experience with that. And I know the mayor of Minneapolis is an expert on everything. Well, he's an expert on everything, you know, and he was being very typical. And then the governor was being very typical. So, yeah, they said exactly what I would expect them to say, you know. Joseph Stalin said things that I would expect him to say. You understand? Fidel Castro and so forth. So stupid people do stupid things. That's true. Even smart people do stupid things. Geraldo interviewed Charles Manson and opened up Al Capone's vault. So yes, he knows everything that he needs. Yeah, nudge, nudge. That's true. I just don't get it. Such a senseless way to lose your life. I agree that it's senseless, but I do get it, because you're an activist. You know, you're out there being all power to the people, right on, and you're a cadre, and you're fighting the powers that be, and you got a hammer and sickle on your head, When they cut your hair back, they see a hammer and sickle. And you say, well, what a strange place to put a tattoo. No, you didn't put a tattoo. You were born with it. That's the weird thing. You were born with the hammer and sickle on your head. It's strange. So then you do what people born with that do. But sometimes it doesn't work out. So anyway, this did work out. I got what I expected. I thought Caliber would win. It did win. It's going to keep winning. Well, maybe. I have Bay Street Spirits coming up, a Florida whiskey. Now, you say Florida whiskey? They make whiskey in Florida? Yes, they do. I have one from New Jersey. Well, yeah, I don't know if the actual liquor's from New Jersey. It's bottled in New Jersey. It's probably from Kentucky and Indiana, but at least it's bottled in New Jersey. And it's called Bankers Club. That could be a good challenge. So honestly, the Bankers Club could give it a good run. The other one, the Bay Street Spirits from Florida, could give it a good run. Seagram 7 Crown ain't gonna work, ain't gonna lose. Seagram 7 Crown never loses. I'd be shocked if that happened. And then we got another one from Diageo. It's called Well Made, but you never see it. Like, I bought it. I found a liter bottle glass. I got it for like $9, but you never see it. Like, I think it's just failed. They thought it was going to be some big thing. It just bombed, but it's not really my problem. I did buy a bottle. It was $9 for a liter. True story. It is well made. That's a double entendre. Well made. There's two reasons for that name, but that's a toss up. That could go either way. And then we'll be closing it out and going to straight bourbon. And everybody loves doing straight bourbon, so including myself. So you're going to be very excited about the E.H. Taylor. Which I can't see any of the bourbons I own beating E.H. Taylor small batch. I can't see it happening, but I guess it's possible, but it's extremely unlikely. The world just needs to stop and have a nice drink, says Wings and Pizza. It's true. You think that way. You think that way. I think that way. But you got people that are conspiratorial, revolutionary in their mind, and they never think that way. They think the world needs to be burnt up and rebuilt. It's their mindset. Burn down the whole thing and rebuild it according to the ideology established by Karl Marx and his friends, his deranged friends. Okay. Louisiana Liquor Reviews said, I came in late. Is that Texas whiskey the one with the pickle flavor? Yes, it is. It's not so heavy now. And when I first tried it, it was like, tastes like pickle. Well, I like pickles, but, it's not proper for the product. Now that's fading a little bit, so it's starting to taste more proper, but they need to do a little better job over there of cleaning their equipment. I'm sure if they were to clean the equipment correctly, it wouldn't taste like pickles. No, man. I still really like Seagram 7 and 7. What a great drink. Great mix. Oh, Seagram 7 Crown and 7 Up. Yeah, that's like a classic. I soon will be picking up a bottle of Jim Beam like you recommended, says Portable. Oh, Jim Beam is reliable. It's cheap and it's a good product, in my opinion. It's a good product. I watched a video this morning, a guy in Spain. I had to look at the translation, the scrolling translation. He lives in Spain, and he was talking about Jack Daniels, and he said it was poisonous. He hated it. He said, this stuff is terrible. It's horrible. It's terrible. It's poisonous. He called it poisonous. I got a kick out of that. It had me laughing, or chuckling in my mind, But hey, if that's how he felt about it, but I can't see that I can't agree with him at all, you know. Some bourbons do burn. Yes, they burn, but I mean, that video was wild. Anyway, um, that's it. We're out. See y'all tomorrow morning, God willing, for another American blended whiskey taste challenge. Now, in 33 minutes, join us for Joker's Wild Wednesday. Any beer, wine, liquor, whatever you want to bring. I got beer, but it's up to you. I even had people ask me to join. They'll say, I would like to join your hangouts. And then they never do. They do it like once. It's like, why'd you ask me? They're shy or something. Or they'll look at the video and say, I sounded so stupid. This is what they're thinking. I sounded so stupid. I'm so embarrassed. But the truth is they didn't sound stupid. And they shouldn't be embarrassed. You know, they shouldn't be uptight about it. Just have a good time. Peace to you. All right. See y'all later. Bye-bye, everybody. See y'all not much later. 32 minutes.